Okay, in this lesson we solve systems equations using inverse matrices. If you recall from before the holiday, this is how we find the inverse matrix here, using this formula here. So if we're given the matrix with elements A, B, C, D, the inverse matrix is 1 on AD minus BC multiplied by this matrix. Notice for this matrix, A and D get swapped position, but B and C will change the sign. And if you remember, AD minus BC is called the determinant. Okay, so you probably remember back to grade 9 how we solved simultaneous equations. This is just another method for doing that. So these are our two equations. 2x plus y is minus 1. 4x plus y equals minus 5. So the first step we do is set up a matrix equation. So the first matrix is called the coefficient matrix. And are the elements 2, 1, 4, 1. They come from here, 2, 1, 4, 1. And we write them into A. X is the variable matrix, X and Y. And B is the constant matrix, minus 1, minus 5. If we check, 2 times X plus 1 times Y equals minus 1, first equation. 4 times X plus 1 times Y equals minus 5, that's the second equation. Let's clear that out. Okay, so the first step, we find a determinant here. So the det of A, remember, is AD minus BC. Let's look at our matrix A. Let's call that A, B, C, D. So AD minus BC is 2 times 1 minus BC, which is 1 times 4. So we're going to get 2 minus 4, which is minus 2. So because the determinant's not 0, that means we can find the inverse. So let's find the inverse. This is our matrix A. Let's label again. A, B, C, D. So the determinant is 1 on minus 2. That's your determinant, minus 2 times. Now for your inverse, remember we swap A and D. So 2, 1 becomes 1, 2. And BC becomes minus 1, minus 4. Okay, just leave it like that for the time being. We won't multiply the scalar. So step 4, we need to be able to solve this equation, AX equals B, because that's the way it's been set up. And we do that by multiplying both sides by A inverse here. So if you recall, A inverse times A is the identity matrix, and identity matrix times the matrix is just the matrix, X. So you can see, to find matrix X, it will be A inverse times B. So A inverse times B. A inverse we already have, minus a half times 1 minus 1 minus 4, 2. And matrix B is minus 1 minus 5. I didn't multiply in the scalar, so when we multiply these two matrices, it's easier because we're not dealing with fractions yet. So we've got minus a half, and then we multiply these two matrices. So 1 times minus 1, minus 1. Minus 1 times minus 5 is plus 5. Minus 4 times minus 1, 4. Plus 2 times minus 5, minus 10. So minus a half times 4. 4 minus 10 is minus 6. So multiply the scalar, minus a half times 4 will give you minus 2. And minus 6 times minus a half will be 3. So that's your matrix X, which means X is minus 2 and Y is 3. They come from that matrix there. And that's how you find the answer. Try the questions on the sheet attached and then send me the answers.